Why does the view spin so much more erratically when you're looking at the bottom of it?
I don't know. Revit's always done that.
Yeah, I know. I just never understood why. It's like it goes into hyper and you can't zero in on anything.
Well, and that's another one we can bring up. Misty, I don't. Are you still listening? Are you
Yeah,
working?
yeah. No, yeah. I'm kind of in between. I'm not really doing much. I'm just listening, but I'm
Do
frustrated.
you have a version of Revit open right now on your computer?
I don't on my computer. I have two
On your work
computers.
computer. On your work computer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want you to test something that Eric found. It's crazy as anything.
Okay.
All right. Eric says if I take my cursor, you see my cursor?
Yeah.
And I go to this tab and I use the wheel to click on it, Eric says it closes it.
Hold on. Okay.
And the reason it doesn't on that one, Eric, I bet, is because that's
it does do that. It closes it.
And what version are you doing that on?
22.
See, so it still does it.
Yeah, just clicking on it with the wheel. That's weird.
Isn't that weird?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Well, the reason it came to me, the reason it happened to me was because I was in schedule. What's that?
I didn't say anything. Your mic's a little low. Can you talk towards your mic for a second?
Oh, is this better?
That's better. When you talk the other way, your mic doesn't pick up as much.
I got you. Okay, I can also turn the AC down if I need to. No, I found it because I was in a schedule and I was going to other views and I was on the wheel, so I didn't lose. You know what I mean? So I didn't lose the elements I had selected.
Yes.
So
because you didn't have the view open. I mean, I just have never actually gone to the tab to do that click, and I surely did. I had no idea that it would close it out like that.
Yeah, no, that's whatever.
So I got a call from Brian at Tate Plumbing. And remember, the plumbers are the only ones who are really on board right now. We're just pouring this underground, even though we really should have a lot more coordinated than we do have coordinated.
Yeah.
But, he asked if there was any way that I could get count of fittings in an area.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, under theory, what you're supposed to be able to do. Oh, it's going to be hard for me to read that, isn't it? He said it was area A, and that would be 01 area A. Look at all these sheets we're going to have to tag and dimension. We're going to have to get Misty running. Misty's computer.
I got to. No.
Is her Revit running?
No. Her Visual C++ distributable. I don't know if Jaffe's watching it or not. Jaffe, if you happen to be watching, if there's any way you could jump on for a minute to help Misty with the problem that she's having, it would be greatly appreciated. It's something about the Visual C++ redistributables. And Revit's not finding it. It's just started happening to her this week. Jaffe sometimes watches these without joining them. That's why I'm saying that.
Yep.
All right, let's see. So if I go to 401 area A. So
now I don't know how you schedule that. Like if you can put a scope box on it and schedule the scope box, or if you can assign stuff to an area. I'm not sure how that works. If it picks up rooms.
Well, I figured that if anyone's watching, we're gonna show how to do it. So that's 1A underground. Let me see. I'll give you a stab at what my thought process is, but as I told him, this is really easy when you're in the new version. All right. So what do you
mean the new 2024?
It was doing it in 2023. I don't know. Misty she actually has a copy of 2022. If you want to get into a plumbing file so that you can make a schedule so that you can tell us whether or not they fixed this in 2022 or earlier, sure. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Now it's sort of crazy because what actually happens is I guess I have to be able to select all the pipe that's in that view, right? So if we went and got a Revit link and said HC for hide category, what did it hide? It's only going to hide one Revit at a time. What I really want to get off is this electrical guy is a bear.
If you select 3 items, like if you're trying to hide conduit and you select conduit fittings, and the whatever, then you go to the hide temporary thing, you can hide the category of those 3 things.
Oh, yeah. Of multiple categories at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. So what he wants to know is the schedule of that. So what I would want to do is Misty, if you'll follow along in 2022, just go to make a schedule.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Make a schedule. Okay.
I'm going to pull this window over. And we want this to be a multi-category schedule.
Okay.
All right. And then we don't want to include linked files. And what I want is I'm going to want a family, a type.
Pipe or pipe fittings.
I like a count. And then I also want the size. I'm not sure how it's going to give me the size. I think there's one under S for size. Okay.
How about pipes? Do you want pipes?
Oh, I see. You go here. And we can only do room or space. So we have to do a pipe fitting.
Okay.
Not a multi-category.
Okay.
So this schedule here, what I wanted to know is down here at this, you see this checkbox?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you have another checkbox on yours that says on sheet?
It just says right now, let me just go ahead and do the thing. Right now, it says include elements and links, and that's it.
Just links.
Yeah.
What about on this? Oh, you know what it is? It's under filter. Go to the filter tab.
Okay.
Does it say filter by sheet?
It doesn't say anything but the regular filter.
So it just has the filters up at the top. It doesn't say filter by sheet, a little checkbox down on the bottom corner.
Nothing like that. No.
I believe that was added then in 2023. So when we do this upgrade in order to push this into a video game, that's when we're going to do these schedules. But before that, before 2023, you had to come up with a workaround. So the idea that I had for a workaround, I'm going to show it for the multi-categories, is I'm going to add a new parameter. Okay. And this is going to be the area location. And that'll be a type, and it'll be a text, and it will apply to pipe fittings, pipe accessories, and pipes. Now you might have duct accessories, you might have plumbing fixtures, whatever the heck it might be. But the idea is if we say I'm just sorting, let's see, I'm not going to itemize by this, and I'm going to sort by family, then by type. I'm not going to itemize everything, and I'm going to filter the area location. We're going to make it say equals area A1. Or no, A, I'm sorry. So now, if we go back to this guy, say, close all my windows, get that multi-category schedule back opened. What happens is if I then went into my view and did a select of everything, filtered out, so that I was just getting my pipe fittings, my pipe accessories, my pipes, and my plumbing fixtures. Then we should be able to see that area location up here where we're going to put in the area A. And then my bill of material would work for what's in that view. You can see one of the things we really want to do is we want to go into all of the families that are in this project, and we want to make sure that we can put the description in there and take the type out, so that Misty's going to go through the file and make everything have an appropriate description. She's going to look at that object and name it logically and have it so that it doesn't say standard. So it says it's a 5-inch floor drain with a 2-inch drain, blah, 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 whatever the heck it is. So we really end up hiding these two, and we end up putting and you could actually do the description right here, okay? But this list you're going to see grows if we take this filter off, right? If we take this filter here and take him off, this is going to be all the pipe fittings and everything in the job.
It's going to take a minute.
It didn't take that long.
No, it wasn't too bad.
That's the list that Misty really needs to get through.
Yeah,
right?
and we name everything. Yep.
Get everything. So what we should really do is I'm going to add another field in here. That's the description. And you do remember the one problem with the description is if they've used it in someone's fancy family, let's call it. Sometimes people will, in the description of the family, put a formula that says parentheses, this is made by Brian, parentheses, and that will lock you from changing the description. Otherwise, you should just be able to fill this description out.
But why couldn't we just use a brand new parameter instead of one that's there?
Because we want one that we can put a tag on. Then we don't have to create a shared parameter.
About comments, type comments. That's less people use that.
Yeah, I get that, but we're using comments in order to report RFI information.
Sure. Okay, but type comments would even be better. Then I could get a couple families at the same time, right? You guys don't use following. Because you said you use comments, but I'm talking about type comments.
Oh, yeah.
So type comments would be even better, because then I would not use one of.
Listen.
Sure. I use description. That's
what
fine.
I want you to type in is the description of what that object is. That's what we're going to end up tagging, a description of him.
Okay.
That's the reason that I'm trying to use what they've provided for you. The idea of creating your own, that's great that you can do that, but you don't want to do that too early, or what you're going to end up with is loads and loads of parameters that should have been system parameters, and now you've made them shared parameters.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, because we need to tag them. Yeah.
But see, as I look at this right here, I look that you could go down and you could just put the description of this as a 1/2-inch ball valve, 3/4-inch ball valve, 1-inch ball valve. You could go down this list, and you might want to look at one of those objects and figure out more defining what it is to make that description better. But that would help my schedule that I was making. And what I was doing, what you have to do is you have to do a duplicate of this guy, and this is going to be my BOM area A for bill of materials. That's what they like to call it. They call it a bomb, and then we would say area A.
Okay.
Now, what we'd like to see, find my cursor, do pipes get sorted in there? So a lot of times, another field that I like to stick into is what type of family is that? And that, what would that be? Do you know? That'd be the category. Okay. So then my sorting now I'm going to do by category.
Certificate, I think.
Then family, and then type.
Oh, it disappeared when you clicked it.
What happened?
Nothing. I thought you clicked the wrong thing, but when you clicked what you clicked, it disappeared from the list.
Yes. And what I've now done is that's now sort of pushing over here. I really wanted that category to be my leading. And what you like to do a lot of times is just put a footer in there. So now what we're going to see is cable tray fittings, cable trays. So this is good. This tells me this is all the objects that it's scheduling. And one of those objects that it's scheduling is my pipes. Right? So now remember, I turned that filter off for a second. We could turn that filter back on that said, if the area location equals area A. So this should be all of the things. And now typically what I do is if you hide the category, you're going to see that you still at the bottom, you see that, it's pipe accessories. This is pipe fittings. This is pipes. And this is plumbing fixtures.
Nice. Yeah, that's nice.
You had a pipe going out off the page that didn't get picked in the selection. Do you go back and get that and add it? Or what do you do with ones that cross areas?
Well,
I mean, you want it in a calculation somewhere.
What you're going to want to do is at the end, when you've done this for each area, then you go back and you turn off all views that have an area, all the objects that have an area, and then you'll see any objects that aren't scheduling, and then you throw them into one of the areas.
Okay.
That would be a way to error track that. Okay.
Yep.
So what he was worried about was this right now, and I can tell you, I told him I'd have him a schedule by Monday, and he said he really appreciated it, and he didn't want it to make our work, and really it shouldn't be our work to do this, but we should be able to help the people in the field. The problem is if I send them this schedule, it's going to look like donkey shit. What is that? 22
Yeah.
PF floor
No one
rate,
likes
blah,
that.
blah, blah.
Yeah.
By you simply doing that little bit of renaming and having these descriptions mean something, he knows he needs 40 of those. Now, what's going to be interesting is down here where he's got 29 traps or 29 Y combination 8s. That's not really telling him the information he needs.
We need the
Because
size.
he needs to know the size of them, right?
Yeah.
And we said that when you go to filter, when you go to fields, you're going to find we can't come down here and find a size, or can we?
I don't know. I thought you could.
I don't think you can on a multi-category.
Because you have radius elements, you have flat elements. It wouldn't know what the size is asking you for. Do you know what I mean? Some of those ducks have two.
But look, it has a height.
Width.
It has a width.
That's it. The width would do it. Put the width in there. I bet it shows diameter.
There might be one named diameter. There's a diameter. So if I take him up to the type, and then we say sorting and grouping, then by type, then by diameter.
There you go.
Come on, let's see what we got.
Ooh, maybe you got to itemize by the diameter. I don't itemize or sort by the diameter first.
I did sort by the diameter. And to prove it to you, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to that sorting and grouping and turn off itemize.
Yeah.
And go like that. Look at diameter. Diameter is this one right here. Look at diameter. There's nothing in diameter. You know why?
Why?
Because that's some family that someone made up.
That's a shared parameter for something.
How about width?
You're going to find the same thing.
Put it in width. Let me see. Test me.
All right. But we don't have any ducts. So pipes wouldn't have any width.
But just put width, yeah.
All right.
I swear I've seen diameter under width before.
No, I'll show you what you're thinking. We're just gonna put that width right up there by the diameter, and I'll bet it's gonna be another empty row. Let me zoom down a little bit. Another empty row.
Okay.
None of those
You're
have a
right.
width or a diameter.
You're right.
Okay.
There was also two weight parameters. There was one of them misspelled.
That's correct. There's two weight parameters, and that's the problem is when people start making those shared parameters, you start getting two types, three types, three widths. They become unusable. So the whole idea of making shared parameters is a very dangerous thing. That's why this lesson's so valuable. So I don't want this diameter and I don't want this width. What I know I need to do is I need to make a new schedule. And if you would check this on your computer too, Misty, at the time, make a new schedule and we're going to do pipe fittings.
Okay.
Mike, you want to be on stream or no stream?
Pipe fittings.
Either way, it's all right.
You can just be quiet. You don't have to talk.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. So when you do this,
notification.
What's that?
This thing needs more of a notification.
You need more of a notification. This was just an impromptu, buddy. Relax.
It was just 2:30. I'm sitting there working. All of a sudden, I look. I'm like, damn, it's 3 o'clock. Oh no, it's 4 o'clock. Sorry.
Don't be sorry. It's just an open stream. We're creating a family, just so you know, or a schedule. Brian from Tate Plumbing called me. So what I'm going to do is when it's a pipe fitting, let's do the family. Let's do the type. Let's do the size. And then let's do a count. Family, type, size, and count. Then we want to sort by family, type, and size.
Count. Oh, I already got it. Okay. Family, size, count. Okay.
And we wanted to add the area location too. The only reason was we only wanted things that are in that area A. And when you run that, the only thing I didn't do was sort and group and not itemize. Now we should be able to see. You see the sizes on there?
Yeah.
Now you got real sizes. So this would tell Brian Tate that he needs 1 3-inch clean out. He needs 3 4-inch clean outs. This one here is actually telling me, oops, there's a mistake. You don't really need a 6-inch clean out. At least I was told all of our clean outs needed to be 4-inch. Can you confirm that, Mike? Isn't that what you remember?
You got 2 6-inch.
So those two should really be changed to 4-inch clean outs. Then this is again, Misty, where I need you to do that description, because what doesn't make sense to them is an ADSKUSI bend PVC schedule 40.
Yeah.
This needs to say an elbow.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Another thing that's really handy when you're doing this is it's also a good idea to put the angle in there too. And I don't think they make that schedulable. They do not. So we'll make a shared parameter for what the angle of the elbow is, because it's a really good idea to make sure that you don't have a 98-degree angle where something wasn't perpendicular to each other. I know that happened once in the duct file. I don't know that it ever happened in the plumbing file. But you should really know right now, it's going to think that a 90-degree elbow and a 45-degree elbow are combined. So in other words, the way you're looking at it right now,
they're scheduled.
You can't tell me whether this 4x4 elbow is a 4x4 90 or a 4x4 45.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to go and pick into the model each time and fill it out each single.
No, that's not what we want to do. So we're actually going to go through that process. See, that's where I think it would be beneficial for us to rack our heads. And does anyone have an idea how you're going to read out the angles? Now, these T reducings, you should be good on these. Okay, they just should be named a little bit better, right? They've got the sizes and they've got the counts.
Yep.
And the combination wise, same thing. I have some question why there's some that are combination wise and some that are sanitary T's, but I'm not going to make a big deal about that. Okay. Now, personally, these reducer transitions, as long as they're a vent transition, I'm comfortable with them. I'm going to let Tate know that's not really something he needs to put in. That's something that I have to put in to separate the sanitary system from the vent system that's connecting it. Okay, so that's where these transitions are coming in. Does that make sense? So essentially, if we named a description, we'd be done with the exception of what? What would be our major spot where we would get burned?
The angle of elbow.
The angle of the elbow. So let's see how we're going to try to do that. So we've got this bend. I guess it's all just in the one family. We only really need to do it to the one family.
There's an elbow generic at the bottom.
There's an elbow generic?
Yeah, at the bottom, it's 8-inch stuff. So I'm assuming sanitary.
And we want that to be the bend and probably standard. And hope things don't blow up. There was only 5 of them. You wouldn't think that would take too long.
Well,
and it is going to give me a blow up. So I'm going to want to check that. Maybe not on a stream. But you see how writing this schedule helps you say exactly that. You know, you could say, wait a second. These ones right here, why are they standard 2? This happens a lot. All right. The standard 2 and the standard are the same. They just got created when someone copied and pasted those in. Yep, what I really want to do is take those standard 2s out. Hopefully, once again, you shouldn't get any blow-ups, but this is Autodesk, so you never know. No blow-ups.
That one works.
All right. So I can come up, I'll wire all these guys standard 2. Let's get them cataloged correctly. I'm just clicking with the roller wheel in here. And, oh, maybe not. I'm still in the schedule somehow. Sometimes you got to click it. Sometimes you got to click in another spot and then, oh, I see why. Because these were the bends and the reducers are different.
I think you hit standard 2 again.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, it's jumpy for me. I don't know if yours is blinking and jumping around when you're trying to click stuff.
Let's see if that one blows up.
Remove references.
Yep, because that's how slope pipe does you. You guys all know that.
Yep.
You know, that's where my thought is. If other people get a chance to watch, they'd be like, oh, I guess it wasn't me. I guess other people have the problem too. That one I could just rename standard, and I think the rest of them are good. All right, so we got to get that elbow. So we go look at this elbow right here. When we look at it over here, you're going to see there's an angle. Right?
Yep.
So what we want to do is we want to edit that family.
Oh, create a parameter.
Right? Yeah. Somewhere in here is going to say an angle. I guess you're probably not seeing that because that was on the other screen. Right here it says angle default. What you don't want to do is you don't want to mess with that angle default. What you want to do is you got to create a new parameter. I'll try to, oh, wow, that one's all the way over 3 screens over. We make a shared parameter, right? And then I've got class electrical. So let's make a plumbing family. So we want a group called plumbing.
Hold on.
All right, I'll wait for you. You just
If,
catch up.
oh, 1 second.
Well, she's on the phone. I thought she was saying wait for me. So we'll make a new parameter called, this one I like to call a calculated angle. Okay. And it's going to be an angle. The one big thing, if you forget that, then you have to delete it and do it again. So now we can okay our way through this. Go to the plumbing, get the calculated angle, say okay, and say this is going to be an instance parameter. All right.
What about reporting parameter?
Oh, I didn't see that one. That might be a good one. Let's see what that said.
Right below instance.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I think that probably would be a good checkbox there. And
Yeah,
I'm gonna stick this in other, so it's not in with all the dimensions. Actually, you know where I normally stick it, right? You guys all know, which is in the construction. That way it's at the top.
Yeah.
All right. And then what we want to do, see, but when you did a reporting diameter, what does that mean? Does that mean I can just go like this, say Control C, and go like, no, I think that reporting parameter is a bad thing. Unless you can explain to me how the reporting parameter works, let me show you what I do.
No problem.
I do a Control V. I then load this into the project. Which will take a second because this is a big, giant, stinking job. So someone tell me a joke. Either tell me a joke or tell me one thing you love about Autodesk. Love, not hate. Love.
I love John and Revit because it's like a video game.
You wouldn't ask for your quarterback if you played this damn video game? Is that what you're telling me?
I love Revit.
I'd ask for my quarterback. I'd say, please give me my quarterback. Your damn game sucks.
You do use it some to get your job done, right?
Yeah.
Pencil.
When you put an $8,000 quarter, $8,000 in quarters in your game, you'd like it to work a little better.
Yeah.
I think it's more of the people you work for. You need more money.
I'll tell you what I love about Autodesk, about Revit.
I need more from my company.
What I love about Revit is the surface patterning. Does anybody remember trying to put bricks on the old walls where we had to hatch each individual wall and it was a complete nightmare?
Yeah.
That surface patterning alone, they had me at that.
What was it? Soft desk?
Soft desks, that's the one. Remember that
Soft
retirement
desk.
village? We put all the hatching on all the walls.
This is much better than Autodesk, Auto whatever, everything. Revit's better than
You know people still use that project architect?
No way.
I think it's called Autodesk Architecture, and people still use it. That guy from Georgia owes me a steak. He told me that they would stop making AutoCAD by 2006. They've never stopped making AutoCAD. They're still selling it.
I don't open it. I don't know the last time I've opened an AutoCAD file.
Do you see how frustrating this can be when you're not sure of what to change about that variable? Look at how long it is taking to push this.
And if you do it wrong 3 times and have to undo it or anything like that.
Don't even curse me. Here's where it tells me it's got to blow up 32 systems.
Ooh, that's painful.
Come on, baby. You can do it.
I hope you hit save.
Nah, we don't hit saves. We don't have crashes. That's another thing I love about Autodesk Revit. It does not crash very much.
Two
3
decimals.
objects I can live with. What's my next nagging gonna be? That wasn't too bad. So now what happens is if I pick on that elbow, you're gonna see there's an angle down here, but there's one up here called calculated angle, 45 degrees. See that? That's the one we just embedded. So what we can now do is go into our schedule.
That's right.
Add a field. You're going to see a calculated angle has already been added. Does anybody know why it was already added? Because we loaded that family in and that family brought it with it. Does that make sense?
Gotcha.
Yeah. That would happen right after size.
It's not magic.
Oh, it was magic. I hear you, magic. And then by calculated angle. All right, let's see if we stretch this over a little bit. This is where, once again, a nice description. Then we can get rid of this description and this type thing. You can see.
Ooh.
At 90.2.
Ooh.
You got a couple of
90.2. That's sort of suspicious, ain't it?
The 90.2, the 89.40s look suspicious.
You need to put a what do you call it? That's close enough. I think the contractor can fix it, right?
Well, the 89.9.
How do you do that? How do you do that? No, how do you do that?
Rounding.
That's why I wanted to have this discussion. See, this is to get, huh?
Try and put a rounding on it.
Where do I put that rounding at?
In the schedule.
In the schedule. Good call. Okay, not in the managed units, but in the schedule, we can come to the formatting of the angle.
Yeah, but isn't that driven probably by slope piping?
It probably is. To do some inspection, that's exactly what it's coming from, and those are very slight deviations.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The 45.01 is one that's probably the slope the one way, and the other one's the slope the other way, right?
That's exactly right. One's a vertical riser and one's sloped, and that's probably where that's coming in. And you know, the thing of it is when they're laying this pipe, they really have that kind of adjustability in the fitting, right? They're gluing the fitting, or in some there's more of an adjustment than others. But what I'm after is what Misty said. I can go to the field. I can say, don't use the project settings. And I could say, round this to to 0 decimal places. Okay. Now, the problem is I'd like it to be able to round even a little bit more, because we're going to find some probably 89 degrees and 91 degrees. Let's see.
No 91s, but 89s.
So
Go the 5 decimal. Go up a couple more.
you can't do that. Come on,
Like a
now.
half,
This is a brain
like a
teaser.
half inch and a quarter.
This is a brain teaser. See, I'm hoping someone actually watches this and says, damn, I never knew that. So underneath formatting area, or calculated angle, field format.
Go to the nearest 10.
Well, then 45 is going to either be 50 or 60.
Oh.
What about custom?
What about custom? Where is custom?
The very bottom.
Ooh, I
That's
like that.
Rounding
5.
increment. Right? Maybe we put a 2 in there.
Put a 5 in
Very
there.
nice, Eric. My solution was 10 more clicks than that. So that was a jackpot. Let's see if it did it.
Yep. Oh, got 44 now. How about 1.5?
I think you want to round it to the nearest 5, Brian.
Yeah, 5.
What are
Then
you
it'll
going to
give
do
you
with 22 and a
45.
half? What are you going to? Oh, you don't have any 22 and a half. All right. I'll buy that. I'll buy that. I'm lost. Where am I at? I'm lost. I had a brain spasm. Blah, blah, blah. So you're saying put a 5 in there?
Yep.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? They need 4 2x2 45s. They need 11 2x2 90s. They need 4 3x3 45s. They need 15 90s.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Everybody happy?
Yep.
Yeah.
We could this would be named pipe fitting area A.
What about bomb? Don't you want to put bomb in there?
I still think that the bill of materials, I think, is a little bit different. Okay.
Oh, okay.
This is the pipe fittings, what they need for the pipe fittings.
I got you.
So now we're going to do the same thing for the pipes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So walk me through it. Here we go. We're going to go view. We're going to go schedule. We're going to make a schedule and a quantity. Are you doing the same thing, Misty?
No.
I was curious if you would check to see if that view by, I swear I thought the view, but not 22.
In pipes? You want to do it in pipes? Okay.
Because I know that worked in 2023. So when we upgrade this, don't tell Mike we're going to upgrade this.
Oh, no,
Right.
no.
Dash area. You got to upgrade in order to turn it into a video game, my friend. I'm sorry. That's just the way it works.
Just for him. We don't have to do the whole project just for this. I mean.
Now, this
Yeah.
one here, I don't really think you need the family and type, but I'm going to want the diameter, and then I'm going to want the length, and I'm going to want the count. And then I'm going to go sort this thing by family and type, then by diameter. That's it. And I will do this extra step so I don't have to come back in on the length. I want it to calculate my total. So calculate totals.
And you
And if
count.
you've done that, what you're going to find is I know what I did. So for the entire job, you've got 2,581 feet of 8-inch pipe. You got 1,045, because remember, what we added was the area location. And then we said, only tell us if the area location equals not additional flow. Oh,
Yeah,
I did additional flow, huh?
You grabbed something wrong.
I see that. Area location. It's
Second
hard
from the
working
top.
on that little screen. Sorting and grouping or filtering by area location equals area A. Okay. So this tells me I need 154 feet of 2-inch. I need 138 feet of 3-inch. I need 800 feet of 4-inch. Just in area A.
Oh, okay.
And this is one of those places where if you're going to write your family, or you're going to write your schedule and make it someone want to buy into it, what you're going to want to do is that formatting for the length.
Yep. I was
Let's just make that son of a bitch go to the even 1 foot. We'll go to 6 inches because they're going to add a little bit in there anyway. See how that becomes a usable schedule for you?
Mm-hmm.
Once again, Misty, this is where I don't want you to be renaming all these family types. What I want to do is I want to add the field of description, and it's going to be my first one. That's where I want you to describe that pipe.
Sure.
And what we're actually going to do is we're going to say this is
2-inch schedule 40.
2-inch schedule 40 PVC.
Maybe just schedule 40 PVC. Because the diameter says the diameter. Okay, you do that. Okay.
Yeah, you're right. We would just want to get that out. PVC schedule 40. That should rename all of them. Because it was the description of that type. It's not going to do it for the 8th, the vent, and the vent opposite. See, and that's the benefit is we can have them all have the same description now. even if they were different types of pipe that we had put in. And the reason I had a vent was that would then decide what type fittings it would put it, but we don't want that to be separate. So by us doing all of this, it's going to join this schedule a little bit tighter. I'm not sure about that potable cold water. We don't have very much. That's just where it's entering the building. But see, now the benefit is now if I go back into my sorting and grouping and don't sort by family, but sort by description, I'll have a few less rows and have them included in. Okay, why did the diameter get blanked out for that one? Anyone got an idea?
Because sort by the diameter.
Sort by the diameter. I thought I had that on. I got to sort by diameter.
The diameter, then the description.
Yeah, but if it's two different diameters, then it should throw it in a new category.
Yeah. I mean that should have worked.
So you need to sort by something else. The family and type, the length, something. Needs the one extra sorting.
Or is this one of the
weird.
ones where you have to change it and then come back and reset it? That's happened to us at Rosendon a lot. You have to go take diameter off the schedule and then put it back on.
Yeah, the schedule goes bad somehow. Yeah, I've had that happen.
No, I'm not buying all that.
I've had a schedule go bad on me.
I'm not buying that. We had this as family and type, and then we got some 3-inch, right? Let's see. We've got this 3-inch was getting joined with this 3-inch was getting joined with this 3-inch. And I don't think those are all equal. I think that's what's happening.
The family type's different.
And I wonder if the diameter, if we rounded that to the nearest 1/8 of an inch, if that would make a difference. Sure enough, did. One of those had a slightly different 3 inches. It was actually 3.185 as opposed to 3.
Oh, there you go.
By me running the rounding, that solved that problem. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
And I think if we just get these descriptions right on the pipe fittings and give this to Brian for first thing on Monday, he would greatly appreciate it because he's actually measuring all that stuff in a PDF, which he says is no problem, which that's great. More power to him. But he didn't want to have to go count all the elbows. By us counting the elbows and the T's for him, I think he's going to be real happy with that. So, success. We did something successful. We've had a 40-minute. How are we going to move forward?
Get my Revit working.
Jaffe, you're not there, are you, buddy? Jaffe, calling Jaffe. If you're sitting back and watching, Misty could really use some help. Misty, you don't have that screen, Mike, you don't have any idea about the Visual C++ redistributable file, do you?
No, sir, do not.
All right. I'm thinking the best thing to do is me to help get Misty running so that she can open the plumbing file so that Misty can have the plumbing file open. Eric can have the mechanical file open. I can have the coordination file open. And Mike, hopefully, if he continues to join in, can have the Navisworks file open. And I'd like to do a hard punch tonight or tomorrow. When would you guys like to do this next one?
What do you mean a hard punch?
In other words, go through the Navis file, make sure everything that's in that Navis file is either done or gets done while we're watching it. I'm thinking maybe 2 hours. Play this like a video game. I want to play. You know how 4 gamers get on and do what we're doing right now, but they're actually just playing a video game. that kind of thing.
Yeah.
When would you like to do that? Keep in mind, Misty and I have to get her Revit running.
Doesn't matter to me.
All right. What do you have to do?
I'm just cleaning up some little duct at this point. All my big duct.
Would you mind if I pushed your screen up?
That's fine. That's why I shared it.
All right. Talk to me. Show me what you're looking at. Oh man, that's
basically
looking good. You ain't got much left.
Unfortunately, this guy here is just we're gonna need either a redesign or a gap in the grid or something.
Can you show me the coordination casino file or view of that?
Yep. How far do you want up?
Just a straight run. Yeah.
Basically, what happens is we're running. You can see it right there in the middle. Even in this section here, if I take this all the way up, it's not getting me clear of that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Zoom out
if I go all the way up to the bottom.
Zoom out a little bit more.
And then down here, okay, I can't go any lower because the second I'm in this room, I'm stuck by the soffit stuff. And even you can see here, I'm into the soffit. So something else has to be done with this guy as well.
And how far out? When is that where he turns and goes up into the unit?
Yeah.
That's where that turn up into the unit is.
Yeah.
I see it. I see it, dude. I see it. No, go back to that upper angle. All right.
Which one? This one?
Right there. Go to that elbow right there. Nope, at the other end of the screen. Where does it turn up into the equipment? Show me
right here.
Right here. There. That is the turn up into the equipment. Okay, so here's what you need to do. You need to move that whole run to the west 3 feet.
To the west?
Uh-huh.
I can't because of this. We're right up against the supply there.
Yeah, but if you don't do an elbow and you tap out of the side of it, I'm saying if we blow that connection at the corner up, what I want you right there. See, what I want you to do, that corner elbow, delete him. I know we're no longer going to be joined.
That's not the elbow.
Not that one. The other way. Because that goes up into the unit. See, so what I'm saying is you could pull all of that over.
Well, it's not an elbow. It's a tap.
All right. So what I'm seeing, Eric, pan back out. Zoom out just a hair. Do you see where it comes down right out of the unit?
Uh-huh.
If that went straight into the top of that, you're basically going to delete those 3 pieces, that elbow, that transition, and the piece you just selected. Delete that. And that. Leave that one. Take that one out. Yeah, right. The one you got highlighted right now. Get rid of him. No. Leave that one. That goes up into the unit.
This one.
Yep. All right. So now if you move that blue duct and drug it over to where that other one comes down, right there. Yep.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna. I'm gonna
just bear with me. Bear with me. We can always do an undo.
All right. You want me to center it in the center of this guy?
Yep, exactly.
I can't do that in this view, can No,
I'm not even worried about an exact right now. I just want to get the feel for it. Right?
We'll just drop down into it.
I can't believe that didn't blow anything up.
Yeah. Well, watch what happens now.
All right.
So now you could actually pull that little transition so that your duct is way over there. What we're going to do then is we're going to lift that duct up for the first section of the run.
How about just have it tap down right into it? Go underneath it.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Oh,
That's
okay.
exactly what I'm thinking of, Misty. I mean, they might need to put some directional vanes in there.
All right. So you're saying to take this up.
Yeah, but don't do it yet. You need to break that thing. You need to drag over there. Not quite that far, but yeah. Yep. See, I want you to keep that above that ceiling. Give me a little bit of an angle. You're going to see a piece of cross beam going the other way. That's where I want you to dive down. I want you to be in that joist bay up high and dive down before that piece of red steel that you get to right there where your cursor just was.
All right.
All right?
Yeah.
Then the rest of the stuff, I want you to go lower. Here's what you've got to be thinking. You know your crossover points are what are killing you, right?
Hang on. I
One
hit
of your
F1. Hang on.
crossover point- Go ahead.
I hit F1, so I just covered up my StreamYard.
Oh.
Okay. Sorry. All right. Say it again.
So your problem is when you got two big ducts that need to cross each other, we have to see which one lines up with the joist spacing or the beam spacing.
I've
So we-
done that, and
Okay.
I've shifted a lot of these because they were not in the pockets for that reason.
Right. That's it.
And you will see, unfortunately, with these returns, some of them, when I get pushed up into the pocket, the little outlet on the side, the little 4-inch outlet return that's going to the open air space,
Yeah.
is now up beside the steel beam. And I don't know how well that works. I don't know if they want to
Well,
put it out on the bottom.
they'll just have to do some kind of bottom diffuser or something like that.
Okay. That's kind of what I figured.
But see,
Right.
what I'm thinking right there is you're just going to jack that thing up into that bay. Right up, you got it right above that secondary ceiling. Something's weird there. You're getting a weird angle there. You got it now.
Now, should I go up another 2 inches to clear for a piece of strut to get under there?
You should always leave a little bit of room in case someone wants to lay some pipe across that damn secondary ceiling, right?
All right.
I think they're being ridiculous that they can't support any of the stuff. When Mike asked if they could support some of our stuff, there's no reason they can't support some of that 8-inch branch stuff that's down there in flexible duct. We should not have to be hanging all that from the steel.
I understand.
I would take that one up and die the other one into it with a tap. And then, of course, we're definitely going to need to put a box around this and say, can you guys do this, sheet metal guys?
So wait, you want to take this out and turn it up and then reduce?
I would just run that right on past that. Right?
Underneath it.
Underneath it. Go all the way. Keep going. Keep going. Not join it. You're trying to join the two and you're joining them backwards.
I hear you. It's the machine, dude.
No, it's the shitty. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going all the way past it. All the way past it. There you go. See, now the one, see that? Put the damn boot on there and all.
Did it do it on the bottom or did it kill the bottom? Good.
No.
All right.
It did it right.
All right. Then do I want to do a 90-degree drop down and stay down there?
I don't think I'd do a 90. Remember, you want to keep that flow going good. I'd try to do one of those 30s or 22 and a half, sort of like that, what they had right there.
Okay.
But the difference is now you're going to lower all that. And then I know you got to go back to the brown and you're going to have to put the brown above.
Yeah.
All right.
Which is what this whole task has been doing.
You hats off for what I see in the pink. You've done a lot of work. Nobody at Whiting Turner or anyone else is going to appreciate what you've done, but you've done a lot. I can see it.
It's fine. All right. I got where to go on that one then.
Okay. You want to jump to one of the other ones then?
Well, let me go down to this end of it because that was that. I don't know if that.
That's where he turns.
So we still have the spot where we go to the ceiling. Oh, that was this end.
Yeah.
So down here, then we can actually. Oh, geez, if I stay that low, what is this guy at?
I think that should get sucked closer to the ceiling.
It's going to. I've been doing that where I have the space.
See, I think we gave you a breakthrough that you got jammed on, and that happens. That happens. Granted, I would much rather be having this webinar, this meeting with sheet metal guys who are really going to hang this sheet metal.
Yeah,
I'd
no,
rather not be
absolutely.
making that call of that turn up there because I don't know that can really be done, but something has to be done.
I think
They can do anything with sheet metal, right?
You can do anything with anything if no one's looking. You can use duct tape and beat the shit to fit in there.
See, my screen just keeps blinking out. I'm surprised it doesn't show up like that on there. I don't understand.
It does not. It does not. And I don't want this to be painful for you.
No, you're fine. All right. On this one, I got it down there, and it's clear. The only thing that I had, and I put a comment on this one. This isn't the one I was trying to show you, but I do have a little clash right here with your elbow. And I will tell you,
with the roof leader, I can pull that. That's an easy pull for me. I'm looking at it
right every word I can, but you know what I mean. I got you.
No, look, dude. If it's got those two little tail 45s at the top, look, pan up to the top view. Rotate me so I can see it as an isometric. Do you see where it drops from the drain? It doesn't take me to add any. Nope. Zoom out a little bit more. You see the two 45s where it breaks to the right? Nope.
Yep.
Either one. Both of them have that. I have the adjustability to easily make those moves. Those are not a problem move for me.
Oh, you were talking about these ones. I got you. Okay.
Right? Either one of those, they have an offset built into them, so I can get out of all of your stuff. You get yourself in a good steel location.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And as long as you're not where it drops out of the roof, because my drain location is tied down by where all their sloped tapered insulation is. So where the actual roof drain is, we don't want to be messing with that.
Yeah. I got you. On this one, I don't think there's any. I think my thought process was going to be try to get that one below because I can't get it above because of steel right here.
Yep.
And then I do get it above out here, but it's not for very long. All right, so I guess my question was it might be even something like we just did. It might just be this connection point somehow. But no, it's not. I don't know how to get that up above. And I guess it might be that we have to take that one below. I don't know why I didn't see that last night.
Do me a favor, stretch your section box out a little bit to the left. No, the other direction is what I'm looking at. I want to see where that thing's going. See, because that's where it goes up into the equipment.
Yeah.
So what if we do the exact same thing? All right. So pan so I can see from the top a little bit. Just a little bit. See where it breaks at that 45?
This one?
Yeah. What if all of that went away and it went straight over and then turned at an elbow and got up underneath there?
If it went over to here?
Yep, you got it. That's exactly right.
As before, like you did before, right?
Right, and then turn and got up underneath there and had them tie into the top.
Yeah, but I don't think I still don't think we can get clear there. Because that's what's driving me right there. I mean, I know we can go up after that point. Ah. But you saw that. I just went up 4 inches, but that's not enough to get us out of it. So that was where I come to the conclusion that there's not much all we can do with that one, unless if we make the duct wider, which it's already 52, and we've got to lose 6 inches, which puts us at what, 70 something?
Yeah, I think
Do we get down underneath
because it's because of the heavy steel. See, if you stretch up that right, stretch your top of your box up. See, the steel jumps up. Oh yeah, those are some big pieces of steel. Those are some big pieces of steel. And then once they die out, it looks like there's 5 of them. Then you could rise up above, and they'll just have to frame around you.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right.
We come out down low, out the side, like we just said, so that we're not clipping all these walls with this big chunk of stuff. What do you think, Mike?
Stretch down too. So let me see where the ceiling's at. See, that ceiling's down there a good distance. I actually think you could get below it.
Go below the roof leaders?
Yeah, yep, go right. But I think you're going to be almost in plane with the roof leaders. Look, you got room. You'll be inside of them, and then as soon as the big steel goes away, you'll roll back up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that roll up is right here, right before the roof leaders.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, with that in mind, then I can probably work out the last of these couple. This one here, let me show you this one here, because this is a nightmarish one. And to be honest,
that's why we're doing this.
I kind of sweat any of the stuff in this area because these are all the rooftop units that are kind of a little bit, you see, we got the clearance areas getting encroached upon.
I'm with you.
All right, so let me look at this one. This is the last thing I did last night before my head exploded, and I said enough's enough.
Stretch up about a foot too.
Yep. Higher or good?
That's good.
All right. I'm a little lost. I'm going to get these couple things out of the view.
I think you're right there. You got to poke down through below the secondary grid. I like.
Okay.
Coming over. My question there, why didn't you?
I had already intended to redo these two.
Why didn't you get those up, that orange one up in that bay?
Okay, up in the pocket.
Up in the pocket of the steel.
I was going to. There was a reason I didn't push it over. Let me find it. I think it was this guy right here. But if I'm up in the pocket over them, I guess that's not a problem.
Right, now stretch down on your section box. Let's see how far that orange goes.
It goes.
Wait, your steel changed orientations.
Yeah, we would have to drop down there, which we've already got to drop that in that position anyway.
Yeah, you slide that drop over.
All right. Then
keep it all up in that bay.
Then with this up above there, I can rework this to be a little bit cleaner because I didn't.
Yeah, you won't have to make it be so many roller coasters.
All right. And then
I'm sorry, dude. I know you wanted to be done with this shit on the weekend last week.
No. I mean, it is what it is. It sucks, but it's just when you get stuck and you're staring at it and you just can't see another way.
That's why I'm trying to say that I think this is a big answer to a lot of that.
This one here, you can already probably tell what we're looking at.
You probably got ceiling issues.
Oh, wait, that's an easy one. Why did I not do that? I'm sure there's something keeping me from lifting it.
I don't see it.
If I fucking just left it. All right. He does not have a way. You know what? You already know what I'm going to say. Put it up in the pocket.
Yep. That's it. Hit that pocket. So if you just go, listen, just go back at them with that mentality. Whichever one's running parallel with the pockets, get them up in the pockets.
All right. And then drop it down. Obviously, it doesn't need to be that low. I thought that one was stuck on something. Is there something? Oh, you know what? No. I wonder if those pipes were causing me, but they're moving. Okay. Let me look at one more section. I think this one here, I was in a major fungus
Hey,
on.
I'm gonna head out. Anna's bringing some 2 kitties over.
Some what?
2 kitties they found.
Oh, tell them we can have them. Tell them
They're
they can keep
beautiful.
them. Give one to Valentina.
I love you. Bye.
Bye.
All right, this
Dude,
whole
it looks like you got lots of room up above.
yeah, it does, doesn't it? But there was something. I feel like something is missing. All right, I can't spin anymore. There. Might be time to reload my batteries. Oh, what was the problem up here? Oh, I guess the big thing would be to get over there and then just bring it back up. Why did there's something else eating me on this one, though. I know there was.
See, it looks like you got a bunch of high roof, really high roof at the right side.
Right here?
Yeah, that if you stretch up, you'll see that.
Oh, that's it. You can't go down underneath there.
No, you got to go up above.
That's where we wanted to take this one up, and this is the one that I was actually saying I wanted to take it up, but there's not enough room.
You leave that diffuser up there because listen, here's your problem. You're going to be mad about this. You see that beam that you're worried about it running into when you put it up there? That's because the structural engineers couldn't draw webs in there. Those are all webs.
You know what? I heard you say that the other day, and I was wondering if you could thread a fucking 24-inch diameter one through those things.
I don't know that we want to thread any through the webs because they get real itchy about that. But as far as having an open grill, just on this side of the damn bar joist, it would breathe just fine right through that thing.
Okay. All right.
Here's what I want you to walk away. Shove the parallel one up in the pocket.
Yep.
See if you can get the last of that shit.
Yep.
I think we've done a good job. Okay?
Yep.
What do you think? You think you want to try tonight or you want to just try tomorrow morning?
Either way is fine. I'd like to try.
I'm thinking it'll take a little bit of pressure off Misty getting her Revit running. You give me tonight to get her Revit running one way or another, even if I have to do a complete reload.
Yep.
And then 9, maybe 10.
All right.
That work for you?
Yep.
Mike, you can feel free to join or not join. I totally get it. You see where we're going with this. I think this was a productive meeting.
Yeah, 9 o'clock I can do, 10 o'clock I cannot.
All right. Well, Misty likes to get started early in the morning. What I'll do is I'll send out an email as soon as her software's running. If her software's running, I'll probably do an invite for 9 a.m.
Sweet.
Hey, Brian, one more thing. And this is more of a drafting thing. I told myself last night I wasn't going to fuck with it. Sorry, pardon my language. But I believe it's this run. Why can't I select anything? One of these runs on the top side of the building.
It's because it's out of your view range. It's in the just outside your view range is why you're having a hard time selecting it sometimes.
Well, I don't know which one it is. It's this purple one right here is what it is. Okay, so as you're coming across here, anyway, one of them, when you click on it, it does not give you a temporary dimension, which tells me it is not running parallel to my column grid. And as you go down the run, when you start clicking on things further down the run, it does start going parallel. Is it worth it for me to redraw that or to let it go now that I've got it? I don't know how we're going to dimension it is what I'm, I guess, concerned about.
We'll throw dimension lines if we have to, but I know there was a couple ducks that weren't parallel. I personally like to fix them.
All right.
I personally like to fix them.
All right. I'll make that effort then if I
Mike,
find
what
it.
am I looking at?
You see the connection of the two, there's two 3-inch pipes with a 45 connected.
Yeah.
Does Revit allow you to do that? Because there's no fitting.
You want to build this assembly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would build all this assembly a structural pipe, and then you'll see that the coping tool would do exactly what you need.
Mm.
They would be all structural members, because that's really what that is a structural. That's, even though it's like a structural pipe column.
I gotcha.
So try making the round framing members, and obviously the verticals would be columns. When you run the two together, there's a kerf I think it's coping command, and then you can tell it how much you want it to cope, and it'll wrap those right around. They even give you the cut patterns for them.
Will that help me cope?
I don't know. I don't know if there's any hope for you, buddy.
There's no easy button for you, Eric.
No, there is not. All right. That it?
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, why don't we do a wrap? We'll see if we can't get Misty running so that tomorrow we could do the 4-way. I'd really like a 4-way banger to go back through the Navis file. It took me.
Sure.
What's that?
To make sure we're not getting poked in the eye for stupid shit.
Well, it took me about an hour and a half to get through them. I think we could probably get through them in a little bit less than that, so that we could cover an issue, and then Misty can be making that fix, and then we'll cover a mechanical issue, and you can be making that fix, so that we can get through the Navis file. So we're not, that Navis file is a pain in the ass. And Mike, I'm sorry, but you got to stop volunteering us to move stuff, because I was right about that roof leader. I had to move both of those two big roof leaders down south, which now got you into framing, which is going to make your people unhappy with me, all for a little bit of conduit. That was a dumb move. I'm sorry, but it was dumb.
I didn't volunteer for that one.
No, they sort of just volunteered us for that one.
That one right there was kind of stuck on us. Yeah, right.
Well, we need to put our foot down and say, no, that's not going to happen. I'm sorry you got a big giant file, but that moves on you.
All right. I agree.
And maybe potentially have a meeting with Gaylor, a lot like we're doing right here, where we can all do it at the same time.
Cool.
All right. Everybody good? I think we're going to call this one. Like I said, I'll try to do an invite for 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Cool. I'll set my alarm.
Oh, wonderful. It'll be great. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.